So you got a negative review on Google and you're wondering what you can do about it. Let me assure you there's no need to stress over it. You're definitely not the only one in this situation. It's a common challenge every dentist faces at some point. I'm Zach from RevUp Dental. Today, we're diving into the do's and don'ts of handling feedback and guiding you on how to avoid legal pitfalls in the process. So if you find content like this useful, don't forget to subscribe for more and make sure to stick with me until the end for the full scoop. Seeing a negative review on your Google My Business profile can instantly fill you with questions. Who wrote this? Was this person actually a patient of mine? And can I get this review taken down? Look, it's natural to feel a little bit overwhelmed, but there's no need to stress. I'm here to walk you through the most effective strategies for dealing with these situations step by step. So before you hit the reply to a negative review, it's crucial to take a step back and really consider what's been said. It's easy for doctors to jump into defense mode, dismissing the review as fake or pinning it on a difficult patient. However, it's key to acknowledge that some criticism may have merit. Seriously weighing the feedback is essential. It could very well be what separates a 4-star practice from a 5-star one. Now, imagine you get a review that sounds something like this. The receptionist at this establishment provided exceptionally rude customer service. I would advise avoiding this place if possible due to my negative experience. Now, this is an actual review from a real dental practice, by the way. When patients read reviews about a dental practice, they're not just looking at feedback about the dentist. The staff's demeanor plays a significant role too. Imagine you're a potential patient browsing reviews and you keep coming across mentions of rude staff. This doesn't paint a picture of a well-run professional practice. It doesn't matter how nice the dentist is if the others on the team are cold and unwelcoming. It's a reminder of how every team member's interaction with patients contributes to the overall success and reputation of the business. It's understandable to think, this review can't possibly be about my staff, they're outstanding. While it's important to have confidence in your team, it's equally crucial to understand that the way your team interacts with you, the dentist, their boss, the person who signs their check, is not necessarily the same way they interact with a patient when you're not around or paying attention. Many dentists fail to see that their staff is wonderful to them, not necessarily to patients. Dismissing these reviews may mean missing out on valuable feedback and insights that could help improve your practice's reputation. On the flip side, some might react to negative feedback by immediately criticizing their team, assuming a lack of effort is to blame. This response, though perhaps well-intentioned, can backfire. It risks leaving your staff feeling demoralized, dismissed, and held to unrealistic standards. We recommend taking a more balanced approach to handling reviews about aspects like poor customer service. Understand that your team might be facing challenges, such as difficult patient interactions or job fatigue. Use the feedback as a coaching opportunity. Invite your team to share their side of the story and use this discussion as a foundation for offering constructive feedback. This strategy can help them handle similar situations more effectively in the future. But with that said, when crafting a response to a negative review in general, incorporating a few key elements can significantly enhance its effectiveness. Starting your reply with an apology not only demonstrates professionalism, but also shows a commitment to leaving the patient more satisfied than their initial experience suggested. This initial step is crucial in setting a constructive tone for the conversation. Moving on to number 2, acknowledge room for growth. By admitting that your practice is always looking to improve, you communicate to both the reviewer and potential patients reading that review that you're open to feedback and capable of making meaningful changes. This openness is vital for building trust and showcasing your dedication to excellence. And number 3, Provide a solution or call to action. Your response should always aim to resolve the issue or encourage further dialogue. If the feedback points to a reoccurring problem, it's a clear indication that the concern is legitimate. Let the patient know that you're prepared to go the extra mile to rectify their negative experience. This could involve offering additional support or inviting them to discuss the matter directly with you. Opening a channel for direct communication can often lead to a resolution that satisfies both parties. So here's how the response would look in action. Hi Tom, we're really sorry to hear that your experience with our front desk team wasn't what you expected. We know how important a good first impression is, and it looks like we missed the mark this time. Your feedback is super important to us. It shows us where we need to get better. We want to make things right and would really appreciate a chance to talk more about it and get more insight into what happened. Could we chat over the phone when you have a moment? Please give us a call whenever it's convenient for you. We're here to make things right. Thanks for letting us know about this. We hope to hear from you soon. Engaging with negative reviews is more powerful than you would think. It significantly influences how other potential patients looking online for a new dentist perceive your practice. Imagine a prospective patient scrolling through the feedback only to find negative comments left unanswered, yet all the positive feedback receives your thanks and attention. Merely by acknowledging and responding to reviews, you're taking an important step in protecting the image of your practice. It's about showing that you care and value feedback, which could make all the difference. So we've just gone through a review that was short and pretty straight to the point, but what happens when your practice gets a review that's not just long, but also packed with details, kind of like this one here that we're about to dive into? A patient wrote, "I take the time to write this review as if I had seen such a review, I would have never gone there. Horrible experience. The worst cleaning ever. Do not go there." Number 1, you cannot rinse your mouth. They taped the tap and says we cannot use this. Number 2, did not clean at the back, needed to ask her. Number 3, water was dropping over my face as if needed to rinse my mouth with my saliva, never experienced that before. Number 4, did not know what she was doing. Number 5, the glasses she handed to me were broken. Number 6, scratched my face with an instrument, not intentionally, I know, by accident, but 2 times. If I could, I would give 0 star. I think it's the first time I give such a review. Just horrible. This level of detail gives the feedback a sense of legitimacy, indicating it's coming from someone who was actually at the dental practice. When confronted with a review of this nature, it's fairly common for dentists to wonder, is this patient exaggerating? Yet, it raises an important question. Has the doctor at this practice that received this review ever closely observed the interactions between their hygienist and patients? Sometimes, a critical review may hint at deeper issues. We've seen instances where practices experience significant patient turnover, and a deeper analysis reveals a common thread that a sizable portion of those departing were last treated by a particular hygienist. To make matters worse, it was concerning to see that there were previous negative reviews about the same hygienist that the practice just never addressed. Fast forward a few years, and now the practice owner is scratching their head over why so many patients are leaving. Not paying attention to the feedback like this could be a big reason why. It really drives home how important it is to take patient feedback seriously. That said, when responding to a review like this, instead of attempting to tackle each point the patient listed, you're better off sticking to the elements we touched on earlier. Remember, your responses to these reviews are not necessarily meant for the patients who left the bad reviews, but are often for other potential patients reading that review and deciding if they want to come to your practice, and the underlying goal is to demonstrate that you value all kinds of feedback, the good, the bad, and the ugly. This approach shows current and prospective patients alike that you genuinely care about their experiences and are committed to continuous improvement. So here's how we would recommend responding to such a detailed review like the one we just covered. Hi there, we're truly sorry to hear about your unsatisfactory experience with us. Our aim is to always deliver exceptional dental care, and it seems we fell short this time. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you. To better understand what happened and address your concerns, we'd appreciate it if you could get in touch with us via this email, manager@abcdental.com. We'd like to learn more about what happened and see what we can do to make things right. Thank you for bringing this to our attention, and we look forward to hearing from you. This approach not only addresses the immediate concern, but also signals to potential patients that you are proactive and dedicated to resolving any issues that arise. Also, keep in mind that some patients might choose to leave reviews using a username that's different from their real name to remain anonymous. This doesn't necessarily mean they're not actual patients. This brings us to a common tactic some practices use to sidestep negative reviews, convincing themselves the feedback wasn't from a real patient because it was posted under a name not found in their records. They might respond with something like this, quote, "Thank you for your review. We don't recognize your name in our patient database, but your input is important to us," followed by a generic apology. This approach attempts to discredit the review while still offering a semblance of concern. Think about it this way. Imagine you're checking out reviews from a clinic nearby and you see the practice has been actively responding to all the positive reviews, but then whenever you hit a bad review, it's either radio silence or you get this candid reply about the patient not being in their records. Honestly, if they drop that line just once in a blue moon, it might seem legit, but when every second negative review gets a quote, "We don't have a record of you in our system" kind of response, it starts to look suspect. It kind of screams that they're not great at taking criticism and seem to brush off or dodge any responsibility when their patients aren't happy. This is why we would caution dentists on using this response too frequently and instead focus on addressing these negative reviews head on. If you do choose to use this reply, a great way to word it would be as follows. "Hi there, we're truly sorry to hear that your experience with us didn't meet your expectations. It seems there was a hiccup in our communication, and for that we sincerely apologize. We've attempted to reach out but haven't been able to find your details in our system," which suggests you might have used a different name, but no worries at all. Could you please get in touch with us at your earliest convenience at manager@abcdental.com? We're eager to speak with you directly and make things right. Thank you for bringing this to our attention, and we look forward to connecting with you soon. This reply leaves room for others to decide the validity of the review, as the owner appears genuine when they express that they can't find the patient in the system. Alright, so now that we've combed through a few types of reviews directed at the staff, let's cover a review that's directed at you, the owner. Quote, "Not happy with the dental treatments. Dentists are always in a rush and constantly overbooked. She messed up with my teeth. She did root canal treatment, but tooth still in pain. X-ray wasn't done after root removal. My natural teeth are small, but after she puts crown on my front teeth, they look very bulky. Pushing on my lips, which causes toothache and gum pain around the teeth. I complained many times, but dentists refused to change the crowns. Now I have to spend a bunch of money to fix all of that at the different dental clinic. Not recommended to visit this dental office, and I won't go there anymore. I bet that all those positive reviews were paid." Let's see how the owner responded to this particular review and maybe get some inspiration or clarity on what to do or not to do. Quote, "Hello, I am very sorry to read your concern. I will really like to have a second look at your teeth and will do my best to fix your tooth in the best way you would like. Any fixing will be totally of no charge to you. I just reviewed your chart. The root canal was previously done by another dentist and you had multiple x-ray and even sent for a CT scan and a specialist to check these teeth, and they all confirmed that the tooth had no pathology of any type or form. That was all before we did the crown. The crown was done to a standard, and during all the checkups that you had there was no defect, swelling, infection, or damage in the tooth or the gum around the crown. And we do have multiple pictures and x-rays that show that. I understand your frustration, and I am sorry that you are not feeling well, but I totally stand by my work, and I will be very happy to assess the condition of your tooth. Alright, now before I critique where this doctor went wrong, I'll quickly acknowledge the positives. The doctor started their reply off with an apology and followed that with a call to action, offering the patient the opportunity to come back to the practice and receive treatment at no additional cost. However, the good stop there. The primary concern with the response provided is the apparent lack of patient confidentiality. It's crucial to remember, no matter where you're practicing, that each country, province, or state has its own privacy regulations for healthcare providers and patients. For instance, in Canada, we are governed by the Personal Information Protection and Electronic Documents Act, PIPEDA, and in the US, it's the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act of 1996. HIPAA. It's absolutely vital for doctors to adhere to these stringent guidelines and refrain from sharing any patient information on public platforms. This information must always remain confidential between the care provider and the patient. Addressing the review we talked about, there's a blatant breach of patient confidentiality, since the doctor disclosed details of the patient's medical history publicly. Let me emphasize that in your responses, you should avoid mentioning a patient's full name, insurance information, or previous medical history at all costs. The reason? A patient at any time could choose to pursue legal action, arguing that their private information was shared without their consent. A 2023 Dentistry IQ article highlights a cautionary tale involving a dental practice in California. The practice faced significant repercussions after responding to a negative review on Yelp by disclosing private patient details such as name, visit information, and insurance specifics. This action attracted the attention of the Office of Civil Rights, leading to a substantial $23,000 fine. The biggest sting, their reputation took a serious dive. Now a quick Google search about that practice pulls up a bunch of articles on the incident right on the first page. So a little tip before you respond, think about whether you're sticking to the rules and staying professional or just venting. Pausing for a second to consider this could save you from a world of headaches, including a hefty fine and a hit to your good name. The truth is, when potential patients are browsing through your reviews and spot you engaging in back and forth arguments with patient criticisms, it comes across as no more dignified than two drunk individuals bickering outside of a bar. It's irrelevant who initiated the dispute, both parties end up looking bad. Here's how the dentist could have replied to that densely packed review. Hi there, we're deeply sorry that we were unable to meet your expectations. It's evident we didn't deliver the level of care you expected, and for that we sincerely apologize. While we aim for excellence, we recognize that there's always space to grow and improve. Your feedback is a vital part of this process, and we're grateful you shared it with us. To address your concerns directly and work towards a resolution, we invite you to reach out at your convenience via our main email or phone number. Thank you for taking the time to help us enhance our service. We're committed to doing better. When you reply to reviews, keep in mind that future patients are watching how you handle it. Saying sorry for not genuinely meeting someone's expectations can help others see the complaint in a different light. This matters because people reading your reviews don't get the whole picture. Focusing on their experience rather than just saying my bad for not delivering can make a world of a difference. Saying you're sorry for not giving them what they were hoping for can hint that maybe their hopes were a bit too high, but admitting you just didn't cut it sort of suggests you know that there are areas you need to work on and just haven't yet. So keep it real, but also keep it kind and professional. So we hope this video was a game changer for you. If it was, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can never miss our updates. Also, have you ever gotten a bad review in the past? And if so, how did you handle it? Please leave us a comment down below. Tell us about it. Do you agree with our strategy, or would you handle things differently? I'm Zach, and I can't wait to catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much, and take care.